How's it going, guys? Today we're doing an anime theory of
この想いを消してしまうにはまだ人生長いでしょう。やり残してることをやり直してみたいから。夢の続き追いかけてい
Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, and the regular Full Metal Alchemist.
Fuck them both! They fucking suck!
Fuck you!
They suck! They
Fuck
messed
you.
it up! They ruined the show! Do you fucking hear me? They ruined it! It's all ruined!
And that's a game theory.
We're not done yet.
Oh, sorry. That's how we normally
We're gonna rip this one a new one.
That's how we normally end it.
Oh.
Go crazy.
Well,
You blew your
I'm
load.
going crazy already.
You came too early. Good job.
I had to get that load.
Fuck.
but anyways,
Well, he sucks
This-
to come back into his penis.
we already know the reason why Full Metal Alchemist was first made, and then Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was made.
He doesn't.
But the simple fact is, we're gonna put it as a theory as different timelines. As in a different parallel universe.
Should we explain the real
That's what I
reasoning?
see.
Do you want me to explain the true reasoning right now, or wait till after we're done?
You can do it right now if you
The
want.
most
Okay,
critical part.
well, the reason why that there is two Full Metal Alchemists is because, from what I understand, the manga took off really fast and Funimation wanted to go ahead and start production on it. So when Funimation got the rights to start production, but the manga wasn't finished by the time that the manga was finished, so they made their own ending for the first Full Metal Alchemist. But when people actually started reading the manga all the way through, and they saw the true ending, people were like, "Hey, why didn't you just do it again? And this time follow the source material." So that's what they did. So that's why there's two different shows. Same, but different.
Well, from my knowledge of what I gathered from the show, is there's an apparent fixation between both Full Metal, the original, and the Brotherhood. And there seems to be some kind of a time paradox into explaining that when performing human transmutation, you can travel to other realms.
You're talking about the
In
first
other
one?
words, you're opening gateways that nobody knows about, and takes you to a higher understanding or meaning of life or whatever.
The first
Or
one?
you get enlightened as how what happened to Edward, because he stepped into the transmutation to get his brother out. His brother lost his body, but he still attached his brother's soul to the suit of armor. But he got a taste of what it was to be complete, to be whole, to be the all-knowing one, and then to have everything and then just take it away. Now, this is the reason why he's able to open these gateways or transmutations without a transmutation circle of death or whatever he does to transmute his shit. Now, from what I get from the show is that I think that they are both separate parallel universes of each other. One focuses on Al and the other one focuses more on Edward.
So, which one's which?
Exactly. And that is the mind fuck.
But let's put into consideration of this, that there are different versions of it.
Yeah.
This, and we're gonna go and name them all off.
Asher.
Between
Ashtray.
Not only that, the timeline between episodes compared to the Brotherhood are completely off. And everything that has taken place has been warped. And it's been mixed into where the outcome would have showed up like this, but it went this way.
But
So the two shows show us what would happen if Al did this or if Ed did that. So what I'm hinting at is what I'm getting from the end of it, as you saw how when Edward transcended into the other world that he went to, he wasn't studying alchemy anymore. And he wasn't with his brother. He was studying magic at the end of the show. And what does magic lead to?
Sailor Moon.
Everything.
Oh, I was wrong.
Time travel, warping dimensions, warping reality, twisting the mind of others into what you want it to be. Or it could just be the ultimate nullifying goal of everyone and what everybody wants.
But in the original Full Metal Alchemist, though, after Edward actually saved Al, got his body and soul back, he was transferred to a different timeline in another world that believed alchemy was nothing but magic. And note that he was also making schematics of something that looked like a rocket. So, and also same side between the timeline of alchemy and science, because he was doing science, not alchemy. The timeline is that alchemy was back in the past, while science is now in the development in the future.
But what?
And when was the time that people were actually
like,
investing their money and effort of making rockets?
During World War II. But like, my interpretation from the first show was that what I saw is that they said the reason they were able to do alchemy and why alchemy became so much more abundantly used during times of war, because basically the power they use for alchemy comes from the death of the soul in the other realm. And when he transcended the gate, that was him going to our timeline, because he was in Germany, there was a war going on and all that.
Which most people would probably right now consider that as him being a Nazi or something like that. Some kind of guy would probably say that.
Well, he's a blonde, blue-eyed person.
Arrogant. What did you mark? And Mark is going to try to show you his timeline.
Oh shit! Ah! Alright.
Too close. Too
Alright.
close.
Too close. Alright. This is a poster that we made.
And by we, I mean I had nothing to do with it.
As you can see, we have Gluttony on there. We got Shorty, all pissed off, and we have, of course, your favorite. And the T has fallen off of our word because the show is fucked anyways. Now, we got Roy Mustang over here snapping his fingers and throwing some fire at your fucking soul. And above that, we got a timeline. And this is the timeline. Now, we got a blue line that represents and stands for the original show. And we have a black line that represents Full Metal Brotherhood. Now, when you look at both timelines, clearly, they both went to the dumps down over here at the bottom. This clearly shows that they just lost another fan. Which, that includes me. Yeah, I'm talking about myself. Alright. Now, not only did the original show stop and fuck everything up, but Brotherhood made it worse. And ruined it for everybody. Not only that, nobody knows what the fuck happened to the two brothers, and the show was never concluded therefore on.
Did you watch the end of Brotherhood?
Yeah, it was shitty.
No, you didn't. What happens at the end of Brotherhood?
Now,
tell me what happens at the end of Brotherhood. Right off your head.
what happens?
Yeah, at the end of Brotherhood. Spoilers.
They got separated.
No. That's the first one.
My nigga Edward moved into an astral plane of unknowing and understandment.
No, I'm saying, do you know what happened in Brotherhood at the end of Brotherhood?
Brotherhood sucks.
No, it...
Okay, we're going a little bit off subject right now.
Timeline, and the timeline does not lie.
Marco.
Now, in the points of increments, and here in my bends in my timeline, it shows that certain things were to take place, but I didn't write them down because the camera will not see that shit. Now, I know that the shows may or may not add up to each other, but there's still something awkward about it.
Well, for instance, that Sloth between both different worlds, Sloth and Full Metal Alchemist is actually Edward and Al's mother. But in Sloth and Brotherhood is a gigantic hulking being that just wants to sleep.
Now,
That is able to match or probably surpass Armstrong. And we're talking about the pretty boy that has the golden mustache and has the little sparkles all over his face.
Lance Armstrong?
Yes. Yes. Well, we'll just go with Lance Armstrong. Cool. Steroid user. But in the same sense, between Brotherhood and regular,
you put that away.
Lust dies early.
on the original.
No, on Brotherhood.
Yeah, she died early in Brotherhood.
But in Full Metal Alchemist,
on the original,
she died.
She lived longer. She lived a lot longer on the original.
And then you get to see Gluttony's full form on Brotherhood, but in Full Metal Alchemist, you can't.
She was killed way too soon in Brotherhood.
But also to clarify that between the two, there's two different Wraths. There's Wrath from Full Metal Alchemist, which is the kid that has Edward's arm and leg. And then there's the Wrath from Brotherhood, which is the Fuhrer.
Yeah,
Hitler.
Hi, Fuhrer. I have one eye.
But
The all-seeing eye.
Sauron?
But then, between the two, there is the timeline where Greed goes and dies. And he never comes back. But in the other one, Greed dies later on because of Father, the guy that created all the homunculi. And then later on comes back to life because of Lee. Lee the human that contains a homunculus inside his body.
Compared, though, that still does suck, how they killed Envy off in the original Brotherhood as the Black Line. The Black Line represents the original. No, that's Brother. My bad. Brother. Okay, blue line is original. Now, as you see, the blue crosses into the black. Yeah, I know. I did that on purpose. This is a signifying that the show went into chaos, and they did leave some characters live longer, and some characters didn't live longer on the other show, which clearly explains to me that there's some kind of a loop or a time warp or something involved with the alchemy that they do. So, my timeline should be exact, but then again, you can't get mad, because this is just another theory, for sure. But a mind-time warping theory of death.
But in the same sense,
They shouldn't have sped up the show. They should have taken their time on it, and they should have done more care to it, and they should have waited. They should have been patient.
Go rewatch Brotherhood.
They would have had something good.
Aprender uma lição sem dor não tem significado.
Wow, I love
Isso
this.
porque as pessoas não conseguem
what is
obter
this
nada
again?
sem sacrificar alguma coisa.
Okay.
Mas, quando elas superam as dificuldades e
This is
conseguem
not
o que
Mexican.
quer,
This is
as
Spain.
pessoas conquistam um coração forte
That's
que não
Spain,
perde
dude.
pra nada.
still Spanish.
No, it's not.
Um coração forte como
The
aço.
original.
I didn't know what he was saying, but I have a pretty good idea of what it was. And he said that the show sucks!
But between the two, there's the two final battles where, in Full Metal Alchemist, whatever that one lady's name is, I forgot what it was. That was supposed to be a homunculi or something. That Gluttony obviously ate at the end, but the difference between the two is that she was trying to get to another homunculus that was called Pride. But yet in Brotherhood you get to see Pride, which Pride is a little kid that controls shadows.
Plus, there's also like the difference in the show where the homunculus are made. In Brotherhood, the homunculus are made from every time a person tried to do a human transmutation. In Brotherhood, the it was Father who created the homunculus.
And then right here with Brotherhood, there's Father that has brought himself back to life and everything.
You're first.
Instead of being old and everything, and he's attacking Edward and his teacher because they did the transmutation for humans.
Your target is the man with the long blonde hair. Make sure you don't shoot Full Metal by mistake. Right? Loose one, hurry! Nice one, you cover the right wing. Fire! Teacher.
What happened to the Wii U? Read? No, the Wii U.
Wii pad! Wiimote, come to me!
Hey, Full Metal, are you okay? It's bad. He didn't even flinch. Seriously? Hit back! Yes, sir! Damn! That bastard's not been breaking a sweat!
Water
Hurry
gun.
now! Put me through!
But
Right! If you're sure, sir!
everyone's fighting
No!
Father and all that. But then through Full Metal Alchemist, not Brotherhood, but just regular Full Metal Alchemist, you have Roy Mustang that fought the Fuhrer and ended up using what was left of him because of being transmutated from a human, because he was also a homunculus, but I don't remember what they said he was, but he wasn't Wrath.
Who?
The Fuhrer.
Fear? Oh,
Yeah, through Full Metal Alchemist. But he was a homunculus that Mustang used his skull against him because he found his piece of himself that made him weak. Throughout Full Metal Alchemist, every single piece of a human that was resurrected back from the dead has a piece of them that will harm them. They may be immortal, they may not be able to die from regular wounds, but if they had something from their past brought back to them, they can't do anything about it. If they're put in a transmutation circle of a certain kind, they cannot escape from it, and they will easily die, just like Reed did in Full Metal Alchemist.
What you're seeking is not what you truly
Let's see.
want. Quiet, little pest! I am breathing out!
Only one. It has to be you.
And then on Full Metal Alchemist, Edward sacrifices himself to protect Al, but then Al sacrifices himself to bring Edward back. And then what does Ed do on the regular Full Metal Alchemist? He goes and sacrifices himself to bring his brother's body and soul back. But Al has no known memory of what all has happened throughout the series. And Edward is in another timeline, in another place, trying to design a rocket, which is known in German.
A stone! You vile human! Give it to me! No Edward! Energy!
But in Brotherhood, Al, instead of using the transmutation circle to sacrifice himself to bring his brother back,
What are you doing?
Brotherhood, Al sacrifices his soul that's bound to the suit
Brother.
to, well, give Edward his arm and leg back. as Al is
Well,
done that,
are you ready?
he runs back into his body
Brother.
at the gate of truth to do another equivalent exchange. Mind, body, and soul are back together, where the armor becomes nothing but a husk of nothing. And this is all in the battle
Your
against
soul
them.
has entered you, huh? But will he be coming back for you?
He will. I'm sure of it.
And basically the creature that's dubbed
I
God
can't wait to see what he'll be sacrificing.
at Brotherhood gives Al or Edward his arm and leg back because of the equivalent exchange. And Edward, of course, enraged and attacking Father. Using both arms and able to whoop Father's ass. Incredible fight, too.
It's working. Nice, Ed. Just keep going. Go, kid! Fight Edward Elric!
Skip a little bit more ahead. But this is where Greed finally realized what he should do.
Beat, moron! Sorry! The stone!
And Lee, of course, with Greed inside of him, is being attacked.
Creed, be a good son! Did it now! Fight it, Creed! Let go, dumbass! You're gonna get dragged in with me!
No way! I'm not letting you go that easily! I need you with me if I'm gonna be Emperor!
Just let go! My entire being was extracted from his greed! And the power that's trying to reclaim me is a hell of a lot stronger than your body!
You can't just give up! Tough it out! Oh no! My body!
But
I won't let go!
let's see, let's keep going forward,
You know,
forward.
it's not quite as ideal as being king of the world, but I can make do with Emperor of Shing. Let's fight him together! Run Tati.
I'm going to watch all this now when I get home, you dumbass.
He'll be fine.
No.
Father is defeated and everything.
That's it.
Edward's dad's right there.
He has become a hollow.
My stone! You destroyed my stone!
We destroyed his body.
And see,
His crack.
Father no longer has the ability to stay in the world because the Philosopher's Stone that he had
Where you were born. Go back to nothing. Homunculus!
Father losing all of his powers.
Why? I just wanted to understand this of knowledge. I wanted to experience it. Free. I just wanted to be free. To know.
And he gets sucked back into the gate of truth. And back to his original form.
Why did you refuse to join me? Why, God? How did I disappoint you?
You were incapable of believing in yourself. You stole your power from others
You rejected your human origins and chose to covet the power of what you call God. You never grew beyond your days in the flask. Did you truly think you'd become superior to humans by removing your 7 desires? Don't make me laugh.
What's wrong with that? I only wanted to obtain perfection. I wanted this world's knowledge for my own. Why should I be punished for that? What's wrong with craving knowledge? What's wrong with seeking perfection? Well, speak. What are you, anyway? Do you even have a name? Who the hell do you think you are?
Who am I? One name you might have for me is the world. Or you might call me the universe. Or perhaps God. Or perhaps the truth. I am all, and I am one. So, of course,
and
this
Omega.
also means that I am you. I'm the truth of your despair, the inescapable price of your boastfulness.
Humans who would dare to play God must pay a steep price for their arrogance. That is truth.
And now, I will bestow upon you the despair you deserve.
Don't do this to me. I can't go back. Please stop. I can't bear to be bound any longer. No.
This despair is reserved for the boastful.
Just tell me what I was supposed to do.
You brought this outcome upon yourself.
What I do wrong? What should I have done?
You okay?
You simply must
No.
have seen the answer with your own eyes.
And then, of course,
Done.
YouTube doesn't want to show the rest of it for some fucking reason.
Done. Ow. That one actually hurt.
Okay, here we go. Edward's last transmutation.
What happened? Is it over? Did we win?
Yes. Although
After battling Father.
returned from the other side.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, May. It was Al's decision.
Ed, I've got the toll for him. Take it. It's a philosopher's stone. Use it to bring him back.
I can't. As much as I want to, I can't. I promised Al we'd never use a philosopher's stone.
Because remember, what is a philosopher's stone made out of?
Humans.
Human souls.
The
And their
sacrifice of 1,000 or more humans to make one stone.
There has to be a way to get him back. There's gotta be. Think, damn it. Think it through. Just keep thinking.
Edward. Use my life for the toll. Use me to save Alphonse. I've got just enough life left.
No way! I could never do that, you dumbass! This doesn't have anything to do with you! It's their own damn fault! I won't use another human life to get Al back, and I don't care whose it is! Why should you sacrifice your life for our mistake?
Because I'm his father. And that's the only thing that matters. You
Here's the
don't know
difference.
how much you boys mean to me, and I just want you to be happy. And I do bear some responsibility for this. This might not have happened if I'd just been there for you. I'm sorry, Ed. I've lived long enough. Just give me this chance to act like a father for once in my life.
Shut up, you rotten father! You say something that dumb again, and I'll knock you out!
Edward and his father never got to actually talk like that in the regular Full Metal Alchemist.
Now think! Come on! You're the youngest state alchemist in history, damn it! You've even passed through your own portal of truth so you can transmute with your bare hands! There's gotta be some way! There has to be!
You better get to it. You've got plenty of people waiting for you and your brother to get your bodies back.
If you believe the possibility exists, then you should do whatever it takes.
Exactly. I can't give up. There has to be some way. I know it. I know there is.
Note that one hand has long nails and the other one doesn't.
So he's a cross-dresser.
Well, it just shows how long his arm has been in there. Unattended.
May, I didn't realize she cared so deeply for Al. Something else. Mr. Gorilla. The brake soldiers, the major, Wanfan, Lang, teacher, our father.
And what Edward decides to do.
Stand back a little.
Edward actually makes a transmutation circle.
Is that? It's a human transmutation circle! I'll be back in a few minutes. This is my last transmutation. Stand back and enjoy the show! Stop it!
Elder! You work with everything.
Full Metal Alchemist.
But see, on this one, he drew the transmutation circle instead of having one being put on there and having to bear markings just to do it. Unlike Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Thank you.
What are you doing?
I take it you're here to retrieve your brother. Just how do you plan on pulling an entire human out of here? What's your payment?
Poke my
Do
fucking
you
eye.
intend to offer your own body?
Yeah, I've got your payment right here. So go ahead and take it. This thing is my portal of truth. So I get to make the decision on how it's used. Is that right?
It's come to that.
Remember, he controls
And
the
you're
power of
sure
truth.
about this? You do realize that you'll never be able to perform alchemy again without your portal.
I'm aware of that. This portal, I know it contains every secret alchemy has to offer. However, it's also led me astray. I saw the truth that lies within it. I became convinced I could solve everything with alchemy. I couldn't possibly have been more wrong. That was just arrogance.
You're willing to cast it aside, to lower yourself to a simple human?
What do you mean, lower myself? That's the only thing I've ever been. Just a simple human that couldn't save a little girl. Not even with alchemy.
You're sure you'll be all right without it? Think carefully now.
Who even needs alchemy when I've got them?
You've done it! That's the right answer! job. You beat me. Go ahead. Take him home.
Where Edward,
Back door's right over there. Goodbye, Edward Elric.
where Edward ends up sacrificing his own gate to Alchemy to bring his brother back, instead of sacrificing himself and entering through his own gate.
That was crazy, Al.
Speak for yourself.
Now let's go home. Together.
And instead of escaping through Edward's gate, they escape through Al's gate of Alchemy. And see, throughout Full Metal Alchemist, Edward sacrificed himself and the gate to save Al and everything, where it hurled Edward into the future where alchemy does not exist. Everybody pretty much has given up their gates, where it's nothing but science, just to save his own brother and everything, along with his father being there on Full Metal Alchemist. But in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, this is where the becomes a timeline theory, where and the difference between the two is what happens if Edward goes and sacrifices himself to bring Al back, but in Brotherhood, Edward doesn't sacrifice himself to bring Al back. He sacrifices his ability to do transmutations without a circle. And that is where this whole entire theory of the timelines goes, because of the simple fact that there are several different different things that happen throughout the series between Full Metal and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Time warp!
So in another way of this is because of Full Metal Alchemist...
I've had a lot of those already.
Oh.
Because of Full Metal Alchemist that has been out first, and because of Edward sacrificing himself, it created a loophole that caused a problem where he was sent to the future, or a different realm, or whichever. But in the same sense, because of Edward doing that, and he basically made the more of a time boom, it altered the timeline through Brotherhood, where Brotherhood is where lust dies early, envy dies early, gluttony dies, all this and that. Greed is put into Prince and everything, and Father is found. Sloth is not a woman and doesn't control water. Wrath is actually the Fuhrer and everything, and it just keeps going on and on with the time loop of this, where it comes up to the conclusion that Edward decides that he's not going to sacrifice himself, because he's also came to the understanding that it was just going to become an endless cycle if he sacrificed himself. So he decided, instead of sacrificing himself or anyone else, because it would create another infinite loop of a timeline warp, it would come to the conclusion of
Paradox.
a complete paradox, where no matter what, it would change. It would, no matter how much you try, it would still do the same.
There would
effect.
always be a different outcome.
Different outcome, but it would end the same.
Yep.
But because Edward used his alchemy gate and sacrificed all known ability to do alchemy to save his own brother, that's where it comes to the timeline of what Brotherhood is. And that's why there's not another Full Metal Alchemist stuff, and we're not including the movies. Sorry, I'm not.
There's movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But in hindsight, yet again, it's just a theory.
A humping theory.
No!
But
Fuck your fly trap!
But it
Damn
is,
it! You and your fly trap of death, always getting caught in my damn hair and everything. Oh crap.
But it's an anime theory. And let us know what you guys think about this in the comment section or on Facebook or on Twitter. And leave a like if you did, it helps out a lot. Also, don't forget to subscribe to see more videos that are going to be published through. And like I've announced before, we're nearing to 199 video. So right whenever it gets to that part, there won't be any videos left. And I'm still going to be creating more videos, but until the 200th video is done, I am not going to publish any new ones until then. But anyways,
Poster attack!
But anyways, see you guys later, and
Game theory.
why don't you just say bro slap or bro punch or whatever, bro fist?
Hump theory.
Hump!
Oh, so cool. I like it.
Beer slap.